Hello everyone, I am back, and to show you what I have planned for today. Okay, so yesterday I mocked up the fender flare. This is the passenger side fender flare. This is the quick version of the C2 Grand Sport fender flare. And so I put it up and it looked pretty good, but it wasn't quite right. There was way too much gap here in the back and here in the front. It actually flared out to where it was about that far out on both the front and the rear. So what I ended up doing was sectioning the fender flare and then putting the pieces in and cutting it. It took a while to do, but now I've got it pretty much where I want it to be. This edge needs to be cleaned up and such, but I'll worry about that later. I need to get the shape first, and then I can worry about things like that. Anyway, so right now it's using the screws holding and these little pieces of wood that are attached together to hold everything in place. Well, I'm afraid if I take, so ideally what I'd like to do would be to take it off, go reinforce it from the back side with a layer of carbon fiber, and then I wouldn't have to worry about what it looks like because it would be on the inside, and then I would come on the outside and make it look pretty. What I'm afraid of is if I take it off, it will lose its shape because actually the screws hold it in every direction. Especially up here, if you look, it needs that gap right there, so that would not be, if I screw it all the way in, then it makes the bottom of this piece curve in significantly or slant in significantly, which obviously I don't want. So I'm afraid if I take this off, then I'm going to lose my orientation. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to get some of that silver tape. I have tons of it. And I'm going to put it underneath here and underneath here, in between this piece of wood. I'm gonna take off this piece of wood. I'm going to put another piece of wood with some screws here. And same thing here. You can see there's a slight mismatch right here. Not bad, but this one either needs to be pulled down or that one needs to be pulled up, or a combination of both. Same thing with that. That's close, but not quite. So I think a piece of wood with some screws will fix that. This is not attached, but this thing I did, 3 layers. I probably should have only done 2 layers. It would be a little more flexible, but I just went overboard. Anyway, so I'm going to put a piece of aluminum tape here and there, and then screw a piece of wood to each piece to align everything. Over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a notch in here, come down here, and then come out somewhere along here. I haven't decided how far. Probably down there. Same thing. Put a piece of tape back here, and then when I come back with my carbon fiber, which I'm getting ready to do, I will put it at the right point here. So this will be fine. It'll be slightly off there, but I don't think it'll matter. I'll cut this up. I can probably cut it all the way up to there. Here, there will be a step, but again, I'll worry about the bottom part of that after I get through with this and get this. I could probably, after I do the piece under here, just push this in. We'll see. Now that I look at it, I might be able to do that in one shot. Anyway, the outside edge is rough, but there's another piece right now that is in better shape, and so I will probably use this, but the intent is to get one of these fender flares looking correct, and then I'll worry about what to do about the other ones. The other thing I had to do was the fender flare stuck out too far here. So what I did was I went in and cut a line right through here, and then I pulled this outside up and over, and it overlaps, I don't know, about a ½ inch or so, and then I screwed it in there. So it pulled this in a ½ inch because otherwise it was sticking out too far. So these are the modifications I needed to make to get this thing to fit correctly. That's where I'm at. Now I just need to do something to get it to hold its shape. Once it holds its shape, and then I can sand it, do whatever I need to do. I may make a mold off of this. I don't know. I'll have to see. But anyway, that's where I'm at now. So now I need to go from the rough prototype to a smoother, nicer looking fender flare. Once I get done with that, then I'll have to mirror image it for the other side. So that's my plan for today, is to get that fender flare done. The front fender flare will also have to be done. I don't know if I covered it previously, but this is the C5 rear wheel, and then it has two 1-inch spacers, so it's like 2 1/4 inches spaced out. So this is pretty much the exact width of a C8 Z06 rear wheel. I'm going to have custom wheels made, so I'll probably come out yet another inch, which is going to make it about right. Right now it's farther in than it should be, but if I add another inch to this and move it out, I think it'll be exactly where it belongs. In the front, I still have to finish it up. It's roughed in as well. Right here, it's a little rougher than that one. I'm probably going to move the back edge in a little bit, an inch or so. The front edge is a completely different piece that's in the shop. But before I do that, what I wanted to do was space the wheel out using washers. I don't know if there you go, a stack of washers. So I moved the wheel out a 1/2 inch, so it's exactly the same as if I'd put a 1/2 inch spacer in there. And so what I'm going to do is move this in an inch and verify that the wheel and the tire does not rub the fender flare, because if it does, right now I can put this in or out however much I want just by moving it a little bit. But once I get it there, I obviously don't want it to rub. All right, and it needs a little extra clearance because this is a 19-inch wheel and tire, and the real one is 20 inches. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. Although it's a lower profile tire, it won't make probably a whole lot of difference, but it will be a little bit different. All right, so that's my plan. I'd like to get this whole side done, but that's pretty ambitious for today. So we'll see what's going on. All right, there might be wind noise. It's pretty windy today, and my remote mic, I found out I need an adapter for it that I don't have. So sorry if the wind noise is bad. All right, like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks if you want to donate. And if you don't like what we're doing, you don't know jack. Bye.